You've been in that bathroom for 10 minutes now. I gotta go. And this is the only bathroom in the house. Come on, hurry up.
Algoma Public Health's Youth Engagement Theatre, better known as YET, is helping to spread important messages to high school students from across the city. Timothy Murphy is the artistic director with the group. How did this group get started?
Well, it was sort of a joint effort, actually. When I came on board with Youth Engagement, with Algoma Public Health, my job was as communication specialist. So I was taking messaging and making it a little more user-friendly. And when Dr. Northern, who's the medical officer of health, and my immediate supervisor, Susan Nahinsky, saw how my background in theater was really playing a major role in the messaging and the way that I was taking the messaging and putting a sort of an entertainment spin on it, they realized the value of edutainment in public health messaging. And it's been used by other public health agencies as well. But as far as I know, we're one of the few in, I think, the province to actually incorporate edutainment into public health messaging. So we decided to use a youth engagement strategy as well, because the peer-to-peer knowledge sharing is something that's it's very powerful as far as delivering messages to youth go.
I heard he slept with my brother and two of his friends.
Oh, I'm so tired of this. I don't even know who your brother is, and I can guarantee you I did not sleep with his friends.
And what are these kids who are performing and not necessarily just in the audience seeing the performances really getting from this program?
Well, that's the great thing about this peer-to-peer knowledge sharing. So not only are the students who are the actors spreading the messaging, they first of all have to absorb the messages themselves. So it's fantastic because what they hear from us, from public health, from the city police force, from Algoma Family Services, who have counselors and deal with substance use and misuse and addictions problems with teens, they hear all the stuff that we want the teens to know. Then they can sort through that information and say, this doesn't really, this isn't going on. Because the kids know, they have their finger on the pulse.
Oh my gosh. I might have an STI, and I'm still a virgin for crying out loud.
But they make it their own. They put it in their own words and in their own context. So when the audience hears it, they're hearing somebody, the whole thing is peer-to-peer. They're hearing someone their own age with their own experiences talking about real-life issues when it comes to substance use and misuse and sexual health.
If it doesn't get treated, women can have serious complications during pregnancy, and it can even cause miscarriages.
Or you may not be able to get pregnant at all.
I didn't know that.
Tia is a student from St. Mary's who is a part of the YET theater program. How long have you been participating?
This is my second year.
And how did you get involved? What really drew you to this?
Well, Tim, the director of it, came to our school last year and talked to our drama class about it. And he was telling us what YET is and how involved it is. So I didn't get involved till about halfway through the year last year. And as soon as I got there, I just loved it because it was so much fun. And with all the people there, it was very much fun to do it. And to present it to the grade 4s and 5s last year, they were really involved in it, and I'm pretty sure they loved it. I still see some kids from there, and they still remember all the stuff we did, so it was wonderful to be in it.
And this year you guys are presenting to a number of high schools from across the city. Why do you think this is such an effective way of delivering messages to your peers?
Well, it's much better than a lecture, because a lecture you don't want to listen to a teacher going on and on about drugs and alcohol and how you shouldn't do them. But through theater, they're involved in it, and they make decisions. And we do form-style theater, which is the worst-case scenario. And so after we do the scene, they come back up, and they help us make a better, healthier choice. So.
When I was in grade 8, I had relationship issues, and I talked to our school health nurse about it, and she was super nice and really helpful.
The kids still remember what we did from last year, so as they grow up, they'll hopefully make the right decisions after seeing what we've presented to them, and I think that that's probably the best way we can enforce the idea of misuse and abuse with drugs and alcohol is by teaching it to them when they're younger through entertainment and fun scenarios and stuff to get them involved so that they think for themselves as well as we can give them answers if they have questions. So I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Only 5% of the alcohol you consume leaves your bloodstream through sweat and urine. The other 95% has to be processed by your liver, and there's nothing you can do to speed that up.
The YET performances are set to take place the week of May 6th for grade 9 students across Sault Ste. Marie at the Algoma Public Health Theatre Space. They will also be taking the show on the road to Elliott Lake and Wawa. Reporting for Shaw TV, I'm Jasmine Pozo.